It's Tuesday, and it's time for today's tip. All right, today I'm starting a series on designing your life. What happens is we tend to just sort of get on a path and just keep going. I mean, when you ask people why they pick their job, it's an interesting question. See what you find. So you can design your life, you can decide what you want, just know that. And if you're on the path that you love, that's fabulous. You figured it out. But if you're not, or you want to just check in, here are some questions I want you to check in on. So first thing we're going to talk about is how life is not a rehearsal. This is the life you get. Now, there might be reincarnation, that's fabulous, but it's really a different life every time you do it. So let's just look at this as life is not a rehearsal. So one of the things that I found when I went through Facebook one time was they were talking about deathbed regrets and deathbed advice. I found it fascinating. I think when people have their life behind them, they have things that they might say. I mean, I look back at my 20s and I'm sure I have some comments and things I would change. So that's why I started to look at this stuff. So here's just some of the thoughts that I collected, and you can Google this and find a ton of lists on this. But here are just some of the thoughts that I thought were interesting that came up. Okay, one of them was they would have more confidence because they realized how crazy it was not to have confidence. Yeah, that seems so easy, but it does take time to realize that and to work on that. They would not hold a grudge, because you know how it's the same thing as not forgiving somebody. If you hold a grudge, you're only hurting yourself. One of the best ways of forgiveness understanding for me was when somebody told me that if I don't forgive somebody, it's like taking poison and hoping that they die. It doesn't hurt them at all. So don't hold a grudge. They would laugh off more things. They would be less serious about things. They would take better care of their body. They would take more chances. I mean, I think that's the hardest, is we tend to go the safe route. And with chances comes failure. So they would keep going even though they have failures, because failure is where we learn. If we don't have failures, we're not going to learn anything. There's so many great stories about that, but that's way too much to get into right now. But that's really important. Listening more. They would listen more. They realized that, hey, I know my opinion. Let me see what other people have to say. So it's great to listen. They realized the beauty around them in everything that they do and see. You really can find it outside, within yourself, within the people that you see, within the animals in your house. They would stay in touch with more friends, and they would really pay attention to the crowd around them, because the 5 people that are closest to you are your biggest influences. Are they the people that you want to influence you? Are they the ones you want in your crowd? So that's just a few thoughts from the deathbed, and it gives me some great information and some great ways to look at my life and make sure I'm on track so I do not have regrets on my deathbed. Life isn't a rehearsal. Okay, that's today's tip. LeslieKingEmpowered.com is my website. Lots more information, weekly blogs, and also a place to sign up for your free consultation call. Let's get you on your next path. Take a leap. Get on a call.